To the Pikes Peak Library District's Law Collections tutorial video on using Westlaw browsing. In this video, we'll look at the various ways that you can use the browse function to navigate the legal database Westlaw. Browsing can be a helpful way to narrow down your search results to a particular resource. Let's take a look at the database now and explore some of these options. So when you're in the database, if you look below the search bar, here's where you'll see the different areas that you can browse. You can browse by content type, so the type of document or source that you're looking for. You can also browse by jurisdiction, so you can browse through the federal primary law here. And then you also can browse by state. And so you can go on a specific state and browse those resources. There's also the ability to browse by a practice area. So if you're interested in a certain area of a law, this might be a good way to discover what secondary sources are available in that particular area as well. Okay, let's go back to the content type tabs. The first thing that I want to point out is this topics and key numbers option. So topics and key numbers, this key number system is basically an index that West has created for case law. So this can be a very helpful way to find cases that are on a specific topic. If you hover over a topic, a small eye in a circle is going to appear. If you click on that eye, then it'll let you know what subjects are included in that area and what subjects are not. Anything that's not included in that area, then it'll give you a C note, so then you'll know where to look in the key number index to find that particular topic. For one of these, I'm just going to go ahead and click into the first one. And so then you will see that this abandoned and lost property, it's subdivided now even into more specific topics. And so I'm going to just go ahead and click into the general one, the first one there. And what it will do now is it will pull up any cases that are indexed under this specific topic area. Right now, the jurisdiction is set to all federal. If you wish to look at a different jurisdiction, you can click on Change, uncheck Federal, and then click the jurisdiction that you're interested in, and then click Apply. Then it will refresh the list, and in this instance, there was no case under this very specific key number. I'm going to now go back to the home page, so I'll click on the logo to do that. The other content type that I want to show you is the secondary sources. Secondary sources are resources that help to explain the law. They can be very useful because they may tell you what the key cases or statutes are in a particular area. So they can really help you with legal research to hone in on what you need in the primary law, so the actual cases and statutes. One thing to note with Westlaw is you always want to kind of keep an eye on what is going on the right-hand side of the page. They will oftentimes put some very important content over here. So for example, on the secondary sources page, we have a link right here to Black's Law Dictionary. So you always want to kind of check out what's going on that right side banner. Now let's say I want to look for something that might be in the secondary source, American Law Reports. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. This gives me all the broad topics that are covered in American Law Reports. The one thing I want to point out now is our search bar has changed. So you'll see here, now when I do a search, it's only going to be searching American Law Reports. It's not going to be searching any other content type within the database. The other thing is now look again to the right. If I wanted to look at the index for this source, that's over here, and I could go in there and browse or search the index as well. Let's go home one more time. This time we're going to go into state materials. I'm going to go to Colorado. Let's say there is a secondary source for Colorado specifically that I want to check out. So I'm going to scroll down and go into the Colorado practice series. So I'll go ahead and click there. Okay, notice again the search bar has changed. So now I'm just searching the Colorado practice series. But as you can see, the Colorado practice series is made up of multiple volumes. So let's say I want to just look at this civil litigation handbook. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And now the search bar has changed once again. So now any searches that I do are only going to be for this one specific volume. You can also now browse through the volume itself. So if you want to look through the table of contents and see, what is in each chapter, you have that option as well. But let's say I just want to run a basic search for evidence in this civil litigation handbook. And so now all of the articles, they're all coming out of this volume 7 of the Colorado practice series. So everything is just out of the civil litigation handbook. So it's giving me every place where the word evidence shows up in just that one source. Okay, one last one to show you. So again, we're going to go home. I'm going to go back into state. I'm going to go back into Colorado. Now let's say I am looking for a specific court rule in Colorado. So what I can do now is I can go down to the statutes and court rules. I'm just going to go into court rules. And so here it has all of the different volumes of court rules, so civil procedure, criminal procedure, county court, etc. And so you can see here right now the search bar would search all of those rule sets, but I'm really just interested in civil procedure, so I'll find that here and click on that. And now it's changed again, so I'm only searching civil procedure. And so now if I want to run my search again, just for evidence, then I'm going to get the results for any time evidence is mentioned in the rules of civil procedure for Colorado. It still gives me a fairly long list, so you could always run then a second search within that set of results if you wished. And you also have a few ways to put some other filters on. But this has already narrowed it down just to one specific resource set that we're searching for that term in. So this should give you a basic understanding of how to use browsing to narrow down your research in Westlaw. Please check out our other videos though. We have one just gives a basic overview of the database. There's another one that goes more into depth on how to use the search function. And then there's one that specifically deals with case law research. So I hope this has been useful. But if you do have questions, please feel free to reach out to us at the library. Thank you.